Kiana's flex appeal was recorded on location at the beautiful Westin, Maui on Kaanapali Beach.
An easy way to change your attitude toward working out is to make things convenient and simple for yourself. The more accessible something is, the more likely you'll be to do it. So try making your own home gym. Another great way to add variety to your workouts is to do tri-sets. Check out the following tri-set for the biceps. It's a beautiful day at the Westin, Maui. A perfect day for an awesome bicep workout. Darren and Kay and I are going to show you a terrific tri-set for the biceps. Kay's leading off with the concentration curls to develop the peak area of the bicep. Notice here, the elbow is at a right angle with the forearm and the upper arm, getting the complete range of motion, curling the weight up and holding for a beat at the top. If she needed a spot, I could spot her, or she could even spot herself by supporting the forearm. Okay, the next exercise, after she'd done both arms, would be the second for the biceps with the easy curl standing barbell curls. Keeping the elbows tightened to the waist. Good concentration, Kay.
I'm concentrating, especially on that first exercise.
Hence the name, concentration curls. Remember, tri-sets are more advanced. You want to work your way up to this level. You're doing 3 exercises, one immediately after the other to completely fatigue the biceps. Good. And she's smiling at the same time. Maybe that means she needs more weight. What do you think?
I think it might.
And the incline curls are a terrific way to finish off your tri-sets. Incline curls are one of the best bicep exercises because it forces you to use proper form. Fantastic. Getting the complete range of motion.
And she can't cheat either.
That's right.
I wish I could.
Because of the gravity and the incline of the bench, her elbow is forced to stay in the same position. Perfect. Okay, let's move on now. So Darren can show us his tri-sets for the biceps. I get a lot of letters asking if it's okay for children to lift weights. The answer is yes, but keep in mind that the risk of injury associated with weight training is the same for children and adults. Most of the injuries that do occur are due to improper lifting techniques and lack of qualified adult supervision. In one study, 50% of the training injuries were to the lower back. Weight training should be a must for young people and children, but make sure you have proper instruction, learn the proper form, and do something fun that you enjoy. We enjoy lifting weights, don't we?
Absolutely.
Camera curls are terrific for strengthening not only the biceps, but the brachialis. We've got the forearms going on here. Notice his form, elbows are in a fixed position, and he's bringing those weights up so that his forearm and upper arm are at a 90-degree angle.
It's important, Kiana, what you're saying about protecting that lower back. You don't want to be rocking your lower back. You want to make sure that your posture is straight up and down.
It's a good point. And to help support that lower back, slight little bend in the knee so that you're sitting down and you're nice and stable. That'll help you keep your back nice and strong. Moving on to the cross-body curls, a slight variation. The key with triceps is to hit that muscle from all angles so it never gets used to one movement. As you can see, we're going to be doing 6 different bicep exercises, so that way the biceps will be developed in a nice, well-rounded fashion.
These are real similar to the concentration curls Kay was doing earlier, but you're getting a little shorter range of motion, getting a real nice, good contraction at the top.
Good, Darren. Okay, our last exercise is great for the peak area of the bicep. Using this incline bench, Darren's just resting the elbow, complete range of motion, curling up. Really want you to turn that pinky in at the top. There you go.
These really keep you honest. They really help to isolate that bicep. Honest, kind of like you're in church. Is that why they call them preacher curls?
Yeah. You're so funny. So remember, tri-sets are a fantastic way to completely fatigue the biceps. Just pick 3 of your favorite exercises and do them one immediately after the other. recognized as a primary fitness need for as long as I can remember. Just think about the calisthenics you did back in high school, or before that, games of hopscotch and jump rope. You might want to think about putting some of these back into your program. This will help you build the muscle speed that has to accompany muscle strength if you want to be fit.
Calisthenics are a great group activity and are a lot of fun for all ages. The next time a few of you get together in the gym or want a different type of workout, why not do calisthenics? It's a fun way to introduce your children to fitness as well. Someone can count out a rhythm, or you can do freestyle where it doesn't matter if everyone's in sync or not. Start with the basics like jumping jacks. If you'd like to add some forward foot movements or alternate jumps, that's fun too. Jumping jacks are also an excellent warm-up exercise. 5 to 10 minutes of this can really get your heart going. There are so many names for what I call the squat thrust, and some people even add a push-up to it. But I think it's more fun to do that as a separate movement. As you can see, the squat thrust certainly has a plyometric element to it. You're stretching and rapidly contracting both upper and lower body muscles, but there are no major impact forces involved, so this would be a great option for those who haven't been involved in strength training yet. The key to this exercise is that you want to do everything quickly with perfect form. Check out Kay, Brad, and Darren's posture. They're definitely pros. Running in place gets your lower body warmed up in a hurry. The exercise is more difficult if you take long strides. Kay's dancing background allows her to take her back through a range of motion from flexion to extension. Brad and Darren demonstrate the recommended approach for the majority of exercises, a flat back. Jumping rope is a fun way to strengthen the body, train cardiovascularly, and is also a form of plyometrics. It's a highly effective way of training with a simple piece of equipment. That's why professional boxers use it in their training programs. It keeps them on their toes and develops the calves too. I'm sure you have a jump rope somewhere in the house, so get it out, particularly if you'd like a change of pace in your aerobic activity. Push-ups are a great way to finish off your calisthenics workout. Kay is doing the good old-fashioned push-up variety with her arms slightly wider than shoulder width and her fingers angled slightly inward. Brad and Darren have added a plyometric component to their push-ups by including a clap on the arm extension. This, of course, adds an impact force to the stretched muscles, which will be followed by a very quick contraction on the push-up phase. As with all plyometrics, this forces the muscles to respond quickly as well as with strength. Finally, an old standby, the grass drill. If Kay, Brad, and Darren are ready, let's go. Run in place, on your stomach, on your back, on your stomach. Come on, guys, run in place, on your back. Let's get ready for a big finish as Brad practices a little and then is joined by Darren to practice a little down and over. Meanwhile, Kay's set. All right, everybody, run in place, on your back, backward rolling up. Good job, everyone. Try it, Flexipeelers, and you can have fun too.
Provide your body and mind with an off-season change of pace. If you're not training for a particular sport, use cross-training as a method to add more fun to your program. In addition to my cross-training tips, check out my Aquaflex and my Kiana metric segments too. Trunk rotation is key to power hitting. Weight training alone can't develop this, so today's plyometric routine represents a good approach.
Like the baseball throw, the power of the swing starts in the feet and moves up the muscular chain to the arms and the wrists. Picture uncoiling and snapping at just the right moment. The key to batting is forceful trunk rotation. To achieve this, our Flexipeel cast is working on developing that with plyometric drills like side throws and trunk rotation. Plyometrics develop muscle speed, which is the key component to power, by stretching the muscles and forcing them to contract rapidly. For the body to execute a batting sequence against a 90 or even an 80-mile-an-hour fastball, it's going to need speed. The medicine ball pullover pass also adds to upper body power. To work on lower body power, our cast is doing the jump to box. Now this looks simple, but it will wear out your lower body quickly. Before trying plyometrics for the first time, make sure your strength program has prepared you properly, otherwise you might get hurt. I want you to improve your batting average safely and with the very best results.
Upper body strength plus ab strength should be the focus of weight training.
Bat speed and control include the use of the shoulders, chest, and upper back. Our total body strength program will include rear delt flies. The rear delt is an often neglected body part, and remember, most of the common back exercises don't isolate it. A good time to train your rear delt is in conjunction with the rotator cuff. The chest press is a basic exercise for the upper body and as a major structural exercise should be a part of everyone's program. The dumbbell chest press should be used most frequently because it provides the greatest range of motion and uses more stabilization muscles. The seated row is one of the best middle back exercises, and it does bring the rear delts into play. The obliques play a major role in that all-important trunk rotation and in upper body stabilization, so be sure and do your oblique crunches too.
Hamstring stretches are essential to all athletes, but they're especially important in baseball where the hamstring pull is common. Did you know that sunscreen is very important? We all work out to make our bodies look good, but what about our skin? You might look great with that summer tan, but recently a tremendous number of older people who didn't take precautions when they were younger are looking pretty wrinkled now, or worse, they have skin cancer. For protection against future skin problems, avoid intense sun between 10 and 4. Keep covered or use an umbrella. When I'm not taping a fitness segment, I sit under an umbrella and always use my sunblock. When buying sunscreen, look for a product with an SPF of 15 or higher. Children use a higher rating. To protect your body against the maximum number of UVA rays, the sunscreen should have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Most importantly, use a generous amount and reapply frequently whether or not the label says waterproof. Most people use less than half the amount they need for maximum protection. You should apply sunscreen approximately 30 minutes prior to sun exposure to allow for absorption. If you need 10 minutes in the sun to soak up some vitamin D, go out and come back in and put the sunscreen on since it screens out vitamin D. Be careful about your time in the sun because even if you don't burn, the sun's rays can have an adverse effect on your immune system. Don't forget to wear a hat and sunglasses that protect your eyes from the ultraviolet rays. It's also a good idea to have lip balm on hand with an SPF of 15 or higher. Now, probably the best rule is that unless you're doing something that requires you to be in the sun, cover up. And if you do have to be in the sun, take precautions. Bring your sunscreen, your sunglasses, and your favorite hat. You'll look better and younger longer. Whether you're a beginner or advanced fitness enthusiast, you can benefit from a personal trainer. A trainer can teach you proper form and a greater variety of techniques. Today, I will be playing personal trainer for Darren and Kay, showing them exercises for the shoulders, the biceps, and the triceps. It's my lucky day today because I get to play personal trainer for Kay and Darren. We're starting off our shoulder and arm workout with the seated press. Now, this is fantastic for warming up the entire deltoid area. You get the complete range of motion, exhaling upon exertion, as he presses that barbell up. I love to warm up with this exercise. Good form, Darren. One more. Perfect. Good over there. Now moving on to the side head of the deltoid with side raises. Notice her knees are slightly bent to take the strain off the lower back. She's keeping a slight bend in the elbow, lifting him up just above shoulder level. If he wanted to spot her, if she needed a spot, you want to cup her elbows, cup her arms with your palms there, Darren. She won't bite you.
I might.
That's not what I heard.
Help her out. Good.
I get mean when I lift these weights.
So when you're training with friends, you want to learn proper spotting technique as well so you can help each other to lift to your full potential. Good. Okay, one more up. Let's go. Good, Kay. We're going to push you today.
Good, I like that.
Now here's a fantastic exercise for the rear delts. It's a modified rear delt shrug. Leaning over slightly at the waist. He's keeping the elbows tight into the body. Twisting the wrist slightly at the top to isolate the rear delts. The rear delts are difficult to work, and this helps to really focus on this body part right here. Good. When you choose your shoulder exercises, choose a wide variety so that you hit the entire deltoid area, not just the front, side, or rear, but the entire shoulder area. Good. Perfect. And last one. Good job. Now this is another fantastic exercise for the rear delts. Face forward on the incline bench, raising the weights up, holding for a beat. Remember, it's not the amount of weights you use, but how you do the exercise. This is perfect. Raising it straight up, holding, and down. Good, Kay, perfect. Excellent. This is a very difficult movement. You don't need much weight. Again, proper stabilization is important. Her lower back, glutes are tight, abs are tight to maintain stability. And one more. Great. And don't forget, flexi-peelers, when you're selecting the amount of weight to use, keep in mind that a resistance of 60% of your 1 rep max should be used. If you find that you can do 20 reps easily, you're not using enough weight and you're not getting the full benefit. Moving on now to an exercise for the arms, standing curls. Now the easy curl bar is easier on the wrists. As you can see, there's a bend in the bar. It mimics the movement when you carry things. Your palms are up. It's a much more comfortable position. Good.
I love these easy bar curls. So much easier on your wrist.
And plus, you can do more weight when you're using a barbell as opposed to a dumbbell or machines. I recommend for your viewers at home, if you're training heavier, to do the exercises you can do the most weight first when you're the freshest and have the most energy. Good, okay, let's move on to our next one. Right over here. Machine curls. When you're training in the gym, it doesn't mean you just have to use machines. You want to use free weights and machines. That way you're working the entire body, your stabilization muscles, in addition to the body parts you're focusing on. As you can see, this is a lot of fun training and talking and visiting while you work out, but you want to make sure when you're picking your training partner that you're serious, that you both have similar goals so you can push each other.
I like this one. It really stabilizes your elbows so you can't move them like with the dumbbells. Keeps you very in the same track.
Makes you use proper form.
Definitely.
If she needed a spot, we could spot her out in front or at the arm of the machine. A little safety tip, when you're spotting on the machine, you want to make sure and keep your hands away from the cables so you don't break a nail. So you don't smash your finger.
Does that apply to me too?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on now to our next exercise right over here for the tricep. Now, Kay, what about you? You train with a partner usually?
I usually train by myself just because schedule doesn't allow a partner, unfortunately. But I push myself. If you don't have a partner, you still gotta push yourself and do as much weight as you can each time.
A good variety is to train alone, sometimes with headphones. That helps you focus and really get motivated by the music, whatever works for you. Darren, we know, likes us to be motivating him in person. Push down is excellent for the tricep area, right back in through here. Want to make sure and do the movement very slowly. Good.
Yeah, self-motivation is tough sometimes, but headphones do help.
That's great.
Kiana and Kay should be motivating enough, I think, for the guys out there.
I hope so. Okay, let's move on to the last exercise right over here. How about you, Darren? How do you stay motivated?
Basically, it's really up to the individual. You can train with a partner, which is great for motivation, but the bottom line is it really has to come from you, from inside of yourself.
That's a good point. I know when I first started training, I hired a personal trainer myself, and I wanted to make sure and use proper form and learn the correct techniques. And then as I progressed, I had training partners meet me at the gym, and I was more likely to go because they're waiting for me. Now I can train by myself. I'm fine. Now finishing off here with the French press, it's excellent. You want to make sure and keep the elbows directly over the shoulder. Slow range of motion. If she needs a spot, I can help her out right here. So remember, flexipelers, hiring a personal trainer is an excellent way to get started in the gym so you feel comfortable and use proper form. And training with friends helps keep you motivated and have fun at the same time. Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Weight training will have an adverse effect on your basketball shooting ability. Fiction. Guess what? It's actually the opposite. Basketball players like Michael Jordan and Karl Malone weight train vigorously. It gives them greater shooting ability due to a stronger overall body, especially their arms. This gives them greater control at longer distances. Thank you at home for joining us this week. Hope you had a great time. Now let's take a look at what's coming up on our next show.
In the next Kiana's Flex Appeal, we'll show you how to build your biceps and tone your triceps in home gym. In our Aquaflex workout, we'll get a cool total body workout. In cross training, we'll work to improve our baseball catch with plyometric drills and strength training exercises. In our Pro Gym workout, we're developing delicious and dangerous delts.